All right, and welcome to the Edmonds Community College pregame show. Tonight's matchup is the Lynnwood Royals versus the Everett Seagulls, and with us right now, Doug Trainor, the head coach for Everett. Doug, we get you 2 weeks in a row on the Sound Live Sports Network. It's worked out well for you last week. You got the 37-10 victory over Mount Lake Terrace. Coming off of a rough game against Snohomish the week before, what were the biggest adjustments you made over the course of the week leading up to the Mount Lake Terrace game?
Well, we definitely went back to school on tackling. We gave up a lot of points in that Snohomish game. So just like any other game, you take a look at the things that you did well, and take a look at the things that you can improve on. And tackling and what we call defensive fits were some things that we needed to adjust and get better at. It's something that we're always working on. But, of course, the emphasis leading into this week, it's a big deal, too, because we're playing the quarterback from Lynnwood who can really make you miss. So we knew it's coming up, and we just definitely had to work on tackling.
Now, in that game against Mount Lake Terrace, you only had 9 points in the first half. You came out and you put 28 up in the second half. Did you make any adjustments at halftime, or was it just a matter of getting back and playing your game?
Yeah, it was getting back to playing our game. We really went into that first half wanting to throw the ball for success, so we worked hard at that all week. And it was a bit of an experiment in that we wanted to, basically throw almost every down in the first half. And we just, honestly, we weren't as efficient as we wanted to be. So we came in at halftime and said, let's get back to being balanced. And, we played good football in the second half. Happy with the outcome of it. Wish we would have been able to throw the ball a little bit better in the first half.
And certainly you came out, like you said, you threw better in the second half. Having a guy like Murdoch Rutledge, it's a huge benefactor for you guys, too. Tell me a little bit about his progression and what he's meant to this team.
He's such a hard worker, and he's really improved. He takes his craft really seriously, and it's shown that, in the improvement that he's made. He's a very talented kid. Obviously, he's 6'6", and he can wing it. But he's made a lot of adjustments in just how he goes about practice, how he goes about a game plan. He's able to make checks at the line of scrimmage. So, he's made a lot of progress.
Now, this is your second year with the program. This was an Everett team that really had trouble finding victories over the course of the last 5 or 10 years before you got here. Really changing the culture here. You had a 5-win season last year. You're 4-2 right now, and you're right in the hunt for the playoffs. What's been the biggest change from day one when you arrived to where you're at right now?
It's really just you hit it on the head, and that it's the culture. And now that the kids they're not just kind of waiting and anticipating what we're going to do next. They already know what we're going to do next. Everything's a routine for them. So. We're only in year 2 of the process. It's a 3 or 4 year process. We really believe the way we do things, but they've taken to it. They've taken to the routine, and they have high expectations for themselves anyway. So it truly is. It's a culture factor, and the kids now. One of the big things just turning around a program is for kids to play with confidence, gain confidence. Like, we can do this, and these guys believe it.
Now you're 2-2 in conference play. You're in a 3-way tie for third place. I know coaches like to focus on their own game and their own team and what's going on, but I've got to think there's a little scoreboard watching right now. If the coaches aren't doing it, I guarantee you your players are. Is it a little bit fun for them that they're in a position to where, maybe 2 years ago really nothing else mattered, but now they get to actually kind of be a part of the process and they can actually think about the playoff word a little bit?
Yes, they put it into their goals for this season, which was a huge step. Last year they just wanted to have a winning season. They wanted to have respect of their opponents. They wanted to beat Cascade, the things that, a team that hadn't had a lot of success would make as their goals. This year their number one goal was we want to be a playoff football team. So that's a big mind shift, a paradigm shift here at Everett. But other than that, honestly, we don't talk about the games that are, being played other than the game that we're playing, and I don't know how much our kids are scoreboard watching. They really are just intently focused on what we're doing this week, and that is part of the culture we've tried to create. It's just 1 week at a time. It's 1 day at a time.
And certainly a nice side note to this game tonight, and I know, again, we want to make this about the players and the Lynnwood versus Everett, but certainly a fun thing for you, I would think, to a certain extent. The coach on the other sideline is Keontae Bankhead, a player you coached in high school. Tell me a little bit about your relationship with Keontae, and for those of us that have been following him in South Snohomish County here and have come to respect him a lot, we used to read about him a lot in Ballard, but what kind of a player was he?
Well, he was a parade All-American, which would tell you that he's a really good football player, and beyond that, he was a great captain and leader. brought a great energy to his football team, which he does now as a head coach too as well. But yeah, he just a phenomenal football player, a once in a lifetime guy that you would coach. He was definitely that. And then we had a really close relationship from his freshman year on. I actually drove him to school for 3 years, so we had a great bond and learned a lot from each other.
Do the two of you talk at all during the season at all, or do you kind of just catch up afterwards?
Yeah, no, we talk every week, sometimes twice a week. Just we're brothers, you know.
Does that change on the week of a game like this, or do you still kind of keep in touch? You just don't maybe talk about strategy quite as much?
Yeah, talked a little bit on Saturday, made our film exchange, and then, we don't talk until game time. We give each other a big hug, catch up right before the game, and he beat us last year, and so, we don't want any trade secrets or anything, so we'll keep it quiet until game time.
Sure, and I guess a story I didn't realize until you told me right before we started rolling. Did you coach a game once in which he caught 23 passes?
Yeah, 23 or 24 passes against Monroe his senior year. He broke the state record, and he still owns it.
So there you go. So a coach knows his opposing coach very well. I think he's going to know the personnel too. By the way, number 5 on that other sideline, not a bad player for Coach Bankhead to have. You ready to stop him tonight? What have you guys done to get ready for him?
It's all about fits and tackling and making sure we contain him. He's going to run for yards, getting your kids prepared for that mentally, that he's going to make people miss and he's going to have big plays, and to rebound and respond to the next play and to be able to put that in the back of your mind. So that's a big deal. Just it's that confidence thing, still playing with confidence, even when you are going to miss a tackle every now and then. The kid's special. He's a great runner. He reminds me a lot of Keontae, the way that his running style, his size. He's a physical kid, and obviously a leader for his football team. So, he's an amazing talent, and he hurt us last year in a big game. So we're looking forward to the challenge.
So it's going to be a challenge, and it should be a fun game to watch tonight. Stay tuned. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we'll get you ready for kickoff. Again, it is Everett versus Lynnwood, and you are watching the pregame show right here, sponsored by Edmonds Community College.
We are proud to have as our pregame sponsor Edmonds Community College, where students and community are at the heart of all they do. Edmonds Community College is committed to helping our diverse body of students access educational and career opportunities in a supportive environment that encourages success, innovation, service, and lifelong learning. To learn more, visit us at edcc.edu/programs.